morning, sir.
Good morning, Nunali. How are you?
I am fine, sir, by God's grace. Thank you.
Yeah. And everything at home is okay?
Yes, sir. It is
No
okay.
one suffering from corona?
Uh, Sir, not practically, not in the real sense, but I can feel the pain that I see on the news or read every day. So indirectly, certainly it is there, sir.
It is there. Okay. Yeah. Are you taking some precautions to save yourself and family from corona?
My parents have been vaccinated, sir. So that is the first precaution. And secondly, I also intend to get vaccinated as and when I get the slot on the portal. So that is there. My parents are not going to the office currently. They are working from home. So that is also a measure, sir.
Right. Your birth date, is it also a birth date of some like important people in public life in Maharashtra?
Sir, I cannot recollect at this moment, sir.
Tell us why you made public administration as your choice.
Sir, my decision to take public administration as an optional subject, I think primarily because as an aspiring civil servant, I thought that it is my responsibility to know about the various theories and the content matter of public administration first. Secondly, I realized while looking at the syllabus of public administration that some parts of it is influenced by economics, which was my subject in the college. Second, psychology. For example, you have motivation theories and leadership theories in it. And third, it also has some content matter of its own. So these 2 points, that is why I chose public administration.
Who was Ferguson?
Sir James Ferguson was the governor of the Bombay province, erstwhile Bombay province. And it was he who gave land for this Ferguson College to the Deccan Education Society. And the college was built on this land, sir.
There is a demand to change its name. Are you aware of that?
Sir, when I was in college, that time there were some demands. But however, I cannot recollect after that if there has been a demand, sir.
So whose name was proposed instead of Ferguson?
Sir, I cannot recollect at this moment.
Who are the people who established Deccan Education Society?
So the Deccan Education Society was established by Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Gopal Ganesh Agarkar, Vishnu Shastri Chiplunker, and the other people who were included in that. You also had, yes, sir.
What was the goal of establishing Deccan Education Society?
Sir, the goal was to provide education to the masses, especially during the British time, where it was said that education should only mean for the elite people or bringing the British
That was not the goal. Providing education for masses was not the basic goal. What was the basic goal?
Sir, another goal I can think about is nationalistic education or providing education rooted in the Indian society and culture.
So how far has Ferguson College succeeded in achieving it?
Sir, Ferguson College has had a variety of luminaries, which I think are representative of the nationalistic culture or the fervor there. For example, you have had Wrangler Paranspe, who was one of the earliest wranglers who taught at the mathematics department. We have had in the post-independence era poets and literates such as Pula Deshpande. Then we have also had prime ministers and presidents who have been educated in this college. So I think to a large extent, we have been successful in providing that kind of education.
Should Article 311 be deleted?
Sir, I don't think so. It should be deleted. Though there have been various demands by various committees.
By the way, what committees do, is it a demand or a recommendation?
Sir, I stand corrected. It is a recommendation.
So which committee has recommended deletion of 311?
Sir, as far as I can recollect, it was the ARC2 which recommended deletion of the...
And for the sake of clarity, tell us what is basically Article 311?
Sir, Article 311 talks about the measures for removal of civil servants from the civil services. And it was recently in news because of the recent cases in Maharashtra where a public servant was removed from service by using the powers of the president under 311.
By the way, that public servant, was he removed or was he dismissed?
Again, I stand corrected, sir. He was dismissed, as you rightly said.
What is the difference between the two?
Sir, dismissal, I think the right to be heard and the right to be heard by an authority higher to that was not given to the public servant in this case. So dismissal refers to that case, sir.
Good. Mrinali, continue to like this. Over to you, madam. You are muted, madam. Madam, you are, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So your name is to be pronounced as Mrinali Joshi.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so good morning, Mrinali.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, ma'am.
Public administration.
Yes, ma'am.
So just taking question which was being asked previously, taking it a little forward.
Yes.
When was it started, protection to the public servants? How it came under the Indian Constitution? Because basically Article 300 is protection of the public servants.
So, ma'am, the exact procedure I'm unable to recall at this moment, but I will certainly read upon it. And
yeah, it was basically when Britishers were ruling India, at that point of time it was applied. Okay. How do you understand doctrine of pleasure?
Ma'am, the doctrine of pleasure deals with the doctrine wherein the institution or the public office can remove a public servant or an officer at his own will. That is the doctrine of pleasure, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. So, in India, what is the status of this doctrine?
Ma'am, we do have the doctrine.
Kindly copied actually, from the British India.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So the we do have the doctrine of pleasure, but we we earlier discussed, we do have appellate or the ability to take up an issue with the various tribunals.
Are there any authorities under the Constitution who are excluded from the doctrine of pleasure?
Ma'am, at this very moment, I cannot recall any one authority.
Judges of the Supreme Court and High Court,
yes,
CEC, Reflection Commissioner, and Comptroller and Auditor General.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anyway, going forward, Mrinali, are you aware of this law with regard to protection of women at the workplace from sexual harassment?
Yes, ma'am, I'm aware of the law, the sexual harassment law, which protects women at the workplace.
There are 3 words in the specific title of the law. What are those 3 words?
So, ma'am, I think it is first is prevention. Second is redressal.
Okay, forget
Third,
it.
Yes,
was this law passed?
Ma'am, the law was passed in the
background of that law.
Ma'am, the law was passed in 2013. However, the background of the law, if we go to the year 1997, where the Honorable Supreme Court put forth the Vishakha guidelines for after the infamous Vishakha case which happened during that time.
Okay. So now this law puts the things in place. And now the next demand is it should be gender neutral law. What are your views about it?
Ma'am, I do think that as a progressive society, this law certainly must be gender neutral. We have also had the POXO Act, which has recently been made gender neutral. So we are moving to a broadened concept of gender in the entire interpretation of this law. However, ma'am, I do feel that there must be adequate and proper implementation of the current mechanisms under this law in the first instance. And then we can look at the broader aspect of gender neutrality in this law, ma'am.
See, why this demand? Because now more and women are, they are in the workforce, then they are also in the, higher positions. They are in the managerial positions. They are the bosses, and the chances which is being felt by the people that there should be a law to protect the other side also. In fact, that is happening with other laws also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so my one thing should I take you to somewhere judiciary? Are you comfortable? Who's the present Chief Justice of India?
Ma'am, the present Chief Justice of India, who has recently been nominated for the post, has been Honorable Chief Justice of India, Mr. N.V. Ramana, who's been the Chief Justice.
And who was the previous one before him?
Ma'am, we have had Honorable Justice CGI Sharad Bobde, who was the previous Chief Justice of India.
Okay. So, are you aware of the concept of separation of powers? Just tell me, then my question will be regarding judiciary about separation of powers. Tell me, what do you understand by it?
Ma'am, the concept of separation of powers deals with the concept that the various arms of the state, such as the judiciary, the executive, and the judiciary. Ma'am, I'm sorry, I have had a blank phase here, but I will certainly think
I'll tell
about
you. Yeah, I understand that this is not something which it's legislature, executive, and judiciary. Okay. And legislature includes both parliament and state legislature.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So the legislature, judiciary, and the executive, the three arms of the state, have their defined powers, and they cannot infringe upon each other's powers. This is the doctrine.
They cannot interfere into each other,
Yes,
so that is a strict separate. But do you think is it a good governance where there are separation of powers, all three organs work so independently or in isolation of each other? Rather, it is with each other, and even the Indian Constitution proves that. Like if you talk of appointment of judges of the Supreme Court.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the procedure?
Ma'am, as you said, it is not a strict separation of powers as the Western concept says. We do have a certain overlap. Regarding the procedure for the nomination of the judges, we do have a collegium system in place, and the president appoints the chief justice and judges. It is also the law ministry which plays an important role in nominating the judges and making a roster of the judges in place, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mrilani. Best of luck.
Thank you, ma'am.
You are muted, Balla Sahab. Yeah.
Yeah, no longer.
Yeah.
Hi.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Munari. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you.
I am fine as well.
Thank you.
Tell me the meaning of this statement. Delhi and Rawalpindi, for different reasons, would have liked to see the US forces to stay forever in Afghanistan.
Yes, sir.
In 2 sentences, not more than that.
Sir, with regards to Afghanistan, India and Pakistan have had their own different reasons why US should have stayed there. For India, stability of Afghanistan is of prime importance. And for Pakistan, I think they have their own national agenda and interest, which is at stake in Afghanistan, sir.
Not very satisfactory. Do brush up on this.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I will.
COVID. A national task force has been formed.
Yes, sir.
It was set up by Supreme Court. How many members are there? And what is the duration of its term to start with?
So the National Task Force duration, if I can recollect correctly, is of 6 months. However, the number of members, I would be guessing, and I don't think that would be a right stand here.
Okay, fine. Number is 12.
Thank you, sir.
The members, they are drawn from which sectors?
Sir, in this task force, you have members from the administration. For example, you have the cabinet secretary. Then you also have members from various disciplines, such as the medical profession as such. So they are also there.
What is the terms of reference of this task force?
Sir, the original terms of reference referred to provision and looking at scientific allocation of oxygen distribution among various states. However, there have been demands or there have been proposals by the Honorable Supreme Court that it should be overlooked at the entire COVID management situation.
No, the original and revised is nothing. The terms of reference, there are 12 terms, only 5 relate to oxygen. And actual purpose is not allocation of oxygen. It is to develop a rational and scientific public health system response to the pandemic in the short and the long run. Please brush it up.
Sure,
it's
sir.
Very important.
Sure, sir, I will.
Because if this task force does not develop a proper medium and long-term response to COVID, we are going to suffer again and again and again. Because so far it is only ad hoc measures and ad hoc responses from every quarter which are being aimed, because of which the chaos happened. Okay?
Yes, sir.
That
sure.
is the reason I am asking you this. Tell me, black fungus, you are aware of it. What is its scientific name, medical name?
Sir, I cannot recall at this moment, sir.
Good. What is the drug which is used to treat it?
Sir, I will read up on this issue, sir.
Good. Which state in the country has declared ivermectin 12 mg as a drug to prevent corona for the whole population as a prophylactic use? Which state?
Sir, I will read up on this issue also, sir.
Very good. Who was the second speaker of Lok Sabha in India?
Sir, I will go through this issue again, sir.
Very good. Who was the 7th Prime Minister of India?
Sir, I will study on this, sir.
Good. Who was the 4th President of India?
Sir, I'm
What
sorry.
is the rank of Maharashtra on Human Development Index of the country?
Sir, the exact figure, I'm not sure. Sir.
Good. What is the per capita GDP of Maharashtra in rupee terms?
Sir, the per capita GDP of India in rupee terms is around...
Not India, Maharashtra.
Maharashtra, sir. It is around 2 lakh, if I'm...
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Tell me, what is the concept of bounded rationality in public administration?
Sir, the concept of bounded rationality in public administration accepts the fact that man cannot get all the information at a particular amount of time, and the decision that he makes has to be in these constraints of information that he has with himself. So it was Herbert Simon who gave this concept of bounded rationality and the concept of the satisficing, in a sense.
When was railway budget separated from the general budget?
Sir, the exact year, I will look into it, sir.
When was accounts separated from audit? Earlier, they used to be together.
Sir, I can think about the decade, maybe 1960s, but the year I'm not able to.
Absolutely wrong. It is not 1960s.
Okay, sir.
It is 80s. So
1980s.
you need to look at it.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, sir.
What is the number of demands in the general budget for civil expenditure?
Sir, the exact number I cannot come.
Okay, doesn't matter. At graduation level, you had various subjects.
Yes, sir.
Between economics and psychology, I want to ask you only one last question. Which subject will you choose?
Sir, I will choose economics, sir.
Economy. Then tell me, what is the limitations of IRR? You know what is IRR?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
It is the internal rate of return, sir.
Very good. So what are the limitations of this method? Okay, Mrunali, no issue.
Yes.
You are doing quite well. If you can't remember, doesn't matter. Brush it up. Okay?
Sure, sir. I will look into it.
Go to the next panel member. Gokhale Saab.
Mrunali, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
What does this Mrunali name mean? What is the meaning of your name?
Sir, it means the stalk of a lotus flower.
Oh. I'm also a Fergusonian. So nice to see a Fergusonian.
Yes, sir.
Who were the two prime ministers who were ex-students of Ferguson?
Sir, we have had Mr. V.P. Singh and P.V. Narasimha Rao, Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao, who have been the prime minister.
You also mentioned some president of India, is it?
Yes, sir, I did, but I will look into it. I cannot recall at this point.
Any other figure from the pre-independence day, very famous, who stayed there in a hostel? Do you remember any name?
Yes, sir. We have had Shri Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, who has been in the figure in the Ferguson College, who has stayed in the hostel and has a room in his name today.
So today, Ferguson College is autonomy. You heard about autonomous college?
Yes, sir.
What exactly does it mean? And is it good or bad? What are your views?
Sir, as you said, Ferguson College has become a Ferguson University as such, and it can, with respect to autonomy, it can devise its own academic syllabus and bring about various credit courses in its name. And so that is the academic kind of autonomy that Ferguson College today has got.
So you are in favor of such a replication all over?
Sir, I think autonomy, academic autonomy can indeed prove useful so as to bring about good changes in the syllabus. However, it must be looked at in the form of regulation, and adequate amount of oversight also must be there, so that the quality is maintained of the various colleges and universities.
Tell me, you stay in Aund, is that right?
Yes, sir.
So it's part of the Aund state.
Sir, I think which you're talking about is about the Satara Aund, which was there. This Aund has emerged as a suburb of Pune in the recent times, Aundhbani area.
So you took your, I think, other friends to Bhor. What is the significance of Bhor? How did you happen to go to Bhor?
Sir, the Bhor Taluka Abhyas Sahal was one of the study tours which we did during college, and it was for studying the entire political, administrative setup of the Bhor Taluka as in.
Very famous. I've been to, of course, Bhor, and let me ask you about this MOOC courses. Which is one of your favorite courses? Or you go to all of them?
Sir, I've been doing MOOC courses since my graduation years, but one of the favorites which I can list out, which I recently did, was on Wordsworth and his poetry, People, Places. So that was one of my favorite courses in the recent days.
So you don't go for Khan Academy and other issues, is that?
Sir, Khan Academy I used during my 11th and 12th standard, but after that I opted for the other.
There is one very nice Khan sir. He speaks in Hindi, 15-20 minutes. Superb. Have you heard him? Even on Corona, on RT-PCR. What is RT-PCR?
Sir, RT-PCR is the test which is usually done for detection of the COVID.
So what is the full form and what exactly does it indicate?
Sir, RT-PCR refers to the reverse test polymerase chain reaction, and it is mainly done so that to detect whether the actual COVID virus is present in the sample which is being collected.
So what does the figure signify when you get a test?
Sir, the figure signifies, the RT-PCR score signifies the amount of infection which a person has been infected with. So one of the things which the RT-PCR test does, it is through a centrifuge, it tries to understand how many rounds of centrifuge are necessary to understand whether the COVID virus is there or not.
Your father is in the defense or DRDO or something like that?
So my father worked with the DRDO for a while, and that is why the defense side.
Which lab was that?
Sir, my father worked in the defense communication wing in Hyderabad for a brief amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, last question I have. There is something called Finance Commission.
Yes, sir.
What is the role of Finance Commission?
So the role of Finance Commission is to decide on the distribution of taxes between the center and the states, and it gives the terms of reference so that adequate financial devolution is done in the sense which is beneficial for the states as well as for the center.
Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Mrinali. How are you?
Good morning, sir. I'm fine, sir. Thank you.
Well, you were explaining the meaning of your name.
Yes, sir.
Is there a difference between Mrinali and Mrinalini?
Yes, sir. Mrinalini refers to the lotus flower as such, and it is also the name of the goddess. And Mrinali refers to the stem of the lotus flower, or the stalk, as I said.
What is the significance of the lotus in Indian culture?
Sir, the significance of the lotus, I think across religions, the lotus is considered as a very holy flower. And I think it signifies, because of its very nature, it signifies coming out of the mud and then blooming towards a new dawn. So,
Other than Hinduism, which is the other religion? Because you said across religions.
yes, sir.
So name one more religion at least.
Sir, in Buddhism, we have the importance of the lotus flower. We have also had the Padmapani as an important depiction of the Buddhist.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Yes, sir. Thank
You
you.
were in Ferguson College
Yes, sir.
studying economics and psychology.
Yes, sir.
Exactly what I did about 50 years ago. So now tell me,
Yes, sir.
why did Abhijit Banerjee get his Nobel Prize? What did he get it for?
Sir, Abhijit Banerjee got his Nobel Prize in economics, especially in the field of development economics, and for the unique ideas or the unique principles which he applied for studying the various phenomena, such as the randomized controlled trials, which he did so as to study the impact of various developmental measures on poor.
Anything which he observed which has got implications on education? On the quality of our education system?
Sir, exactly, I cannot recollect at this moment. I will look into it, sir.
Have you heard of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development of the United Nations?
Yes, sir, I've heard of it.
How many goals does it have?
So the 2030 agenda has nearly 17 goals, 17 SDGs, and many other sub goals.
You stay in Pune, always in Pune?
Sir,
You are a resident of Pune?
Sir, I'm sorry, I cannot hear. Yes, sir.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Huh?
sir. Yes, sir.
No, I was asking whether you are a resident of Pune.
Yes, sir. I'm a resident of Pune.
Okay. Now, if you were in the Peshwa's administrative service,
yes, sir.
What would your secretariat be called?
Sir,
Huzur Daftar?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, you watch films?
Sir, I'm not quite a fan of films, sir. But I do.
Not even a film called Panipat?
No, sir.
Not even Bajirao Mastani?
No, sir. I'm not a fan of films as such.
Oh, doesn't matter. As a student of psychology,
yes, sir.
How do you understand psychosomatic illness?
So the clinical psychology aspect of it, I haven't had the opportunity of studying. We have had social and
give me the meaning.
Yes, sir. Sir, somatic, if I could look at, understand or derive from its name, if I may please try. Can I please have a try at it? Psychosomatic. So psycho refers to the matters of the mind or a psychology derived from the word, and somatic refers to the entire body as such. So something maybe which affects the entire body of the mind.
You'll have to look this up.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. I will look into it.
Okay. Now, your third optional in college was English. Eh?
Yes, sir.
When I say romantic poets, you also mentioned Wordsworth when you were answering, sir.
Yes, sir.
Was Wordsworth a romantic poet?
Yes, sir. He belonged to the Romanticism era.
Can you name a couple of other romantic poets?
Sir, we have had Samuel Taylor Coleridge, then Percy Bysshe Shelley, who was another romantic poet of that era. John Keats, who was also a romantic poet.
If I say beauty is truth, truth, beauty, who wrote that?
Sir, it was Keats who wrote it, sir.
Which poem?
Sir, the name of the poem I cannot recollect, but at this moment.
Ode to a Grecian.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, my last question to you. You do acrylic painting.
Yes, sir.
Why do people choose acrylic over oil?
Sir, I think the major reason why people choose acrylic over oil is that it gets dry faster and it needs some decisive strokes, and the output is much easier in case of acrylic
But if
painting.
I were to tell you,
yes, sir,
that acrylic is almost equally as toxic as oil, would you agree with me?
yes, sir. But the exact composition, I have to look into it, what acrylic is made up of, and then I would decide.
Okay, Mrinali, wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mrinali. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Before we share our feedback,
yes, sir,
I want to ask you, how would you assess your own performance?
Sir, I certainly have to work on many aspects, especially content building and answering factual questions, as Bhalla sir asked. And so I have to work on these aspects so that I don't falter on these four things. On looking at my past things, I think I have improved on confidence. I will certainly have to work on it. But that one positive thing for me, that is a learning curve for me at this moment, and I will work on it.
Yeah. Mrinali, the most defining part of your interview is that you got disturbed.
Okay, sir.
Am I right in this observation that you were very disturbed?
Sir, maybe it was portrayed in that way, so I will have to look into it, because on my own personal thing, I wasn't disturbed in a sense.
You weren't. Okay. But for me,
yes,
and
sir,
other panel members may bear me out, that you came across like you are disturbed. Let me tell you, so much disturbed that probably there were a couple of times when we thought you would start shedding tears. You would break down. Am I right with other panel members?
Mrinalini, even now you are looking like that.
Yeah.
What sir is observing.
That's the point. She looks like that. That's what she said.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
ma'am.
No. She's blinking her eyes and she's sad.
Ma'am, I think I have to work on how it goes to the panel then. Yes.
You will work. Yeah, this mock is for that only, so that you come to know about your, limitations.
So, Avinash, I think, what you are saying, Mrinali,
Yes,
what
sir.
he is saying, that you looked very disturbed, and you are saying that actually you were not disturbed, but you look like this. So you are not looking cheerful all the time. And your pauses are very long.
Okay, sir.
Even on, basically simple questions, because where you don't know, it's just your smile is very bewitching, very beautiful smile. So with a smile, you have to say, sir, I don't know.
Okay, sir.
Sorry, sir, I have not read about it. Sorry, sir, I don't recollect. It's so easy to answer, but not getting disturbed is the most important part.
Sure,
It
sir.
is only, actually today I was thinking of role reversal. My job is to rattle the candidate. I am the only one in the group who has to rattle, who has to ask factual questions. But today we found that everywhere you were taking a long pauses. And, sometimes, not answering at all. which was giving this impression very clearly that you are disturbed. Yes, Avinash, please continue.
Yeah. So that is the core, Mrunali.
Yes, sir.
Right at the start, for example, I start out with your birth date, 2nd of December, which is Manohar Joshi's birth date. And
Yes.
since he was Maharashtra's chief minister, also another Joshi, and India's speaker, he was the speaker of the Lok Sabha.
Yes, sir.
So for a candidate from Maharashtra, this may be a natural girl. Then Article 311 also.
Yes, sir.
You took a long time and gave an impression that you actually do not remember. Either you don't know or you don't remember what is Article 300. So after a couple of questions, I posed this specific question. What is Article? And that answer was wrong. What is Article 311 is wrong.
Yes,
And
sir.
then I think from there onwards, it was downhill in the sense that you got disturbed or gave the impression that you are disturbed. And unfortunately, throughout 30 minutes of interview, you did not recover. That is important. A couple of questions you may not be able to answer, it is perfectly okay. Because what the panel wants to see is, do you get disturbed? Do you get nervous? Nervous is another word I would like to use. I think you also got nervous. So brush up on even public administration. It is probably that getting disturbed and nervous that on some of the basic issues of public administration, even you were not able to respond. Also current events and issues. You need to brush up a lot on current events and issues.
Yes, sir.
If you refer to Wordsworth, a lot of questions on English poetry are bound to come up. Bound to come up. Keep yourself ready for that. For example, the very definition of poetry. You remember the best definition of poetry? I call it the best definition of poetry.
Yes,
you obviously remember it.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember it?
I do remember it, sir.
Yeah. What is it?
It is Wordsworth's own definition. Poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings recollected in tranquility.
Right? Mrunali, observe yourself saying this and observe yourself during the interview. Right now, you are somewhat relaxed. With the mention of Wordsworth, you smiled and gave the definition very properly. Although slightly one word, it's powerful, spontaneous overflow of powerful emotions recollected in tranquility.
Yes, sir.
Then actually the question of lotus and its importance came up. You had your opportunity to also show some sense of humor also. You could. It is the election symbol of one political party.
Yes.
And you could have cracked a joke or something. If you took hold of yourself, you could have like cracked a joke or something. So come on. Then you refer to Vishakha case. Okay, but my impression is you don't seem to remember what is Vishakha case.
Sir, I do remember the case in which there was this worker in Rajasthan, in rural Rajasthan, when she was off collecting census data.
So the point is, there are two separate cases. First part is you are talking of Bhauri Devi.
Yes, sir.
And it's not about census data, it is about child marriages.
Okay, sir.
She tried to stop child marriages. Unfortunately, she was gang raped. The case went to the courts. Unfortunately, again, the accused were acquitted. But Vishakha is the name of an NGO which brought up this issue.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
So, overall, I would say, Mrunali, brush up a lot.
Sure, sir.
Right? And you're always welcome to come back again.
Yes, sir.
With your increased confidence also, with a smile, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So,
all the very best.
Thank you, sir. I will work on it, sir, and I will surely improve in the coming days.
Yes, we look forward to your success.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
You will succeed. Don't worry.
Yes. Thank you, sir.